Hey everybody, it's Bobby from brewhardware.com, and this is going to be a quick video to show you the various products I have and hopefully describe which ones are best for your application. I do get a lot of questions both before and after purchase, wondering about why certain things look the way they do, and hopefully this will clear that up. Alright, the basic idea of all of my sight glass kits is you can either get welded kits or for welded applications, and the basic types for the weldless are the weldless T with thermometer and the basic weldless elbow kit. All right, and then once you go to the for welded applications, this kit is called the SB kit, the sight bushing kit, and that's just a piece of tubing threaded into a half-inch MPT bushing. And this would be used specifically for when you have a half-inch or elbow or T already connected to your vessel. So, for example, if you had this, if you had a coupling or a nipple welded in, and you had this half-inch T threaded on there, you can thread that SB kit right into the top port and add a sight glass to that situation. All right, and I created that due to request, and I had since sold quite a few of those, so it must be a application that people have a lot of. Another option, if you have a coupling welded into, let's say it's a coupling. If you have coupling welded into your vessel, sticking out horizontally, and you want to add a sight glass to that port, I also have the SL kit. That's the sight L kit, and it's a street elbow. So this is a 1/4 inch MPT. But if you have a half-inch coupling in your kettle, you can thread. You could also get this optional 1/4 to half-inch bushing, and thread that on to convert this 1/4 inch to half-inch, and thread that in. Now, if you haven't welded anything yet and you plan to, you can get this 1/4 inch MPT half coupling, and this threads directly onto this elbow. Okay, so basic idea with that is you get this kit right here, bring it to your welder, and go ahead and weld that in like that. Pretty clean. Now, when you buy the weldless kits, you're going to see the option of selecting straight-sided pot or converted keg, and that's important because I vary the way that I thread in the tubing. Hopefully you can see that. This one is meant for a straight-sided pot, so you can see that the tubing is started in generally straight. Now for the converted keg, hopefully you can see that that's threaded in at about a 5-degree angle. Let's take a look at why that is. Okay, let's say that all I did was make these kits with this straight threaded in tubing. Take it over to your Sankey keg and install it nice and low where you'd like to read the lowest possible level of liquid. Okay, say right about there. Now let's look what happens. The tubing is sticking out almost 2.5 inches away from the keg at the top. That's because of that curved profile of the bottom of a Sankey keg. Okay, now you can keep going, mounting it up higher and higher until you get about there, and then it gets a lot closer. But I really recommend, if you want to read down underneath 3 gallons, you're going to want to mount that somewhere right on that curve. All right, so that's the problem. Now you take the kit that is specified as being for a converted Sankey with the 5-degree angle on the tubing, and you place it in the same area. So now you can see that that tubing is much closer to the edge of the keg wall. Alright, so when you go to install it, dry fit it, find the spot where the tubing is as vertical as possible, hugging the keg wall, and that's where you put your mark. Alright, so that distinction between the pot and the keg when you order the weldless kit also carries across into the T version. Now, I also offer this this T kit, weldless T kit, without the thermometer for those people who want to put a thermal well in here, or for doing RTDs for electronic temperature control or temperature sensing. So I had been asked to provide this without the thermometer, and that option is now available on the site. Now, of course, most of the kits do come with eye bolts to secure at the top of the vessel. The only kit that does not come with a eye bolt is the SB, because I don't really know how far away from the keg you're going to need this eye bolt to extend, so I don't make any assumptions. You can go to Lowe's and pick up an eye bolt for yourself. And of course, every one of the kits comes with my calibration numbers. The standard is from 2 to 15 gallons, which accommodates a standard American Sankey keg. But if you're from Canada or Australia or someplace that works on metric, just about everywhere else except for the US, I do have 5 through 60 liter increments, so 5 liter increments, and that works out well. I also have some numbers that go up a little bit higher, I think 4 to 28 gallons, but again, this is the standard that goes to 15. Alright, so hopefully that solves a lot of the questions you might have. If you have any more questions, just email me at bobby@brewhardware.com. Thanks a lot.